Greetings, fellow ghoulies and monsters of the night. We're back in the Nightmare Cabin, and I am joined again by my good friend Purceywise. And concluding our two-part, it was going to be one big long show, but we got to the end of the last one and just went, yeah.
Also, I drunk a fair amount.
Yeah, and it kind of caught up on you, didn't it?
Yeah. I didn't want to just do like oh, wait a minute, what? You can't see my drink.
Oh, look at
that. Whoa, ghost drink. Yeah, that hit me hard, and I was like, I'm just going to be slurring even more so through what is, I think, my favourite Misfits album.
Yeah, I'm going to back you there. I think so. I love American Psycho. And I think it was best idea actually to do it in two parts. Yeah, I love American Psycho, but I think my favourite songs are on American Psycho. So we've got American Psycho, Dig Up Her Bones. I'm trying to think now. Guess Walk Among Us. But I think Famous Monsters is a better album. I think it's more consistent. I think they're more settled into the new lineup. There was a lot on that last album, wasn't there? It was the first album in a lot of years, new lineup, new singer mainly. Yeah. And then it was a new, era of the band. But this time it just feels
new genre as well.
Just feels more settled. Yeah, great artwork. One of the
lovely artwork.
Fantastic album cover.
I fucking love that album cover, man.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And I guess we'll do a bit of background on the album as well. So
it come out in 99?
Yeah, so what was we had Evil Live in 1998 after when did American Psycho come out? It must have been 97, surely. Evil Live 2.
Which is crazy, right? Because 97.
Try and get hold of this fucking album, man. It is so hard.
So this is what's just fucking blown my mind right now, right? Smash by The Offspring come out in 94.
Yeah.
3 years after that, American Psycho come out.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel right.
No, it feels like
there should be a bigger jump, right? Time jump.
Look at this. It's like a fucking pina colada.
Oh, nice.
Oh, gone down like one as well. I picked a few of these up. Yeah. I just went and got all the weird beers in the supermarket. I didn't really.
Oh, like the weird flavours, like banana and shit like that.
Yeah. So anyway, they followed it up with a live album, and it's easy in here on Wikipedia that it's gone out of print. The cheapest copy, and that's even just finding a copy at all. The cheapest I found is £70, and you got to take into account the postage as well, because if you order it from America or let's have a quick look. Actually, let's see if we can find this.
So it's Evil Live 2, is it?
Yeah. So that seems to be their albums. So you got Evil Live. I think you've got that one. That's with Glenn. Evil Live 2 is with Michael, and then they did Evil Live 3 a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But
£188.
What are you looking on?
This is on eBay.
I'm looking on.
This is from America.
Right. So yeah, you've got to pay for the arse postage on top of that as well. And I'm looking on Discogs, and I'm just scrolling through. It's on my want list, and every so often I see it and go, nah. And where is it? Here we go. Yeah. Oh, there's one here for £54. That's gone down.
But the thing is, I think I've said this to you
Spain.
before.
Oh, there's no extra shipping either. That is just £50 up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, depending on how drunk I get, I might order it at the end.
Yeah. So, Evil Live 2 isn't even available on Google Music.
I think it was only sold at gigs or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not that much of a... Let me give you the set list. Bummer and Mr. Thieves, American Psycho, Walk Among Us, Hunger, From Hell They Came, Speak of the Devil, Last Caress, Dig Up Her Bones, American Nightmare, Day of the Dead, Hate the Living, Love the Dead, Shining, a lot of fucking new stuff in all fairness.
Yeah, a lot more.
Don't Open Till Doomsday, This Island Earth, Where Eagles Dare, Bullet, Vampira, Hunting, and then Die Die My Darling.
Yeah, okay, that's a solid set list. A very Graves set list.
Yeah,
but you know that's what they're doing. They just released an album. Like you've got to promote that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet that was polarizing though for older fans.
I do think, I don't know. Sometimes I just think people just aren't going to be happy no matter what. And,
I tell you, I'm the same. Like I went to see fucking Rise Against a few years ago, and they didn't play. I think the only track they played off of The Unraveling was the track The Unraveling, but that was a fucking acoustic rendition. I don't think I got anything from RPM.
No.
Even though that was their breakthrough album. So I'm just as bad.
Yeah, we're doing the Maiden cast, the weekly show. We're doing an Iron Maiden, and what he was saying about Somewhere in Time, and then more predominantly Seventh Son, where they introduced keyboards, and got flack for it. And I was like, in all fairness, I probably would have said that at the time. Just being honest, I know what I'm like. I'm an arsehole. And in all fairness, the fact that they dropped the keyboards, they did it for about 2 albums, just experimented with it, and then dropped it. And now, occasionally, they might add a bit of keyboards here and there, if it's needed. But at the end of the day, they experimented with it and, did what they needed to do, and then moved on. I think people were pissed off going, oh, is this how it sounds now? You know, I think that's more...
Yeah. I mean, it was just... I mean, every band's done it. I mean, Machine Head. This will probably anger you. My favourite album is Burning Red.
Yeah.
Which, you know, at least it's not Supercharger. So, give me that.
At least it ain't the fucking new one.
I haven't listened to Catharsis. I don't...
Yeah.
I was about to say, So, Through the Ashes of Empires was good. Blackening was good. Until the Locust was good. Bloodstone and Diamonds was fucking toss.
Yeah, that was really bad. It's so overblown. It just didn't need strings on it and stuff,
And I don't even know who's in this Machine Head right now. Isn't it all a bunch of newbies?
You got... There's just Rob. The current tour is 2 sets. So they're doing a set with all newbies, new lineup. And then you've got 2 of the original members from the first album. So original guitarist, original drummer.
Right.
And they're coming out and doing Burn My Eyes in full.
Okay, that's... I mean, I'd love to see that. I would love to see that. I mean, that's a solid album. And to see that in full would be damn sexy.
That would be cool. Yeah. Anyway.
Yes, sorry, I'm very bad at staying on.
No, it's okay. That's all good. It's all good. I just wanted to touch on that really. That there was a. I'm just looking at thing as well. It looks like it was recorded in different venues as well. But then again, a lot of albums are like that. A lot of people. I think they're better off just not telling you because people bitch when they're upfront and honest. But it's like, I'm sorry to say it, folks. The places where it's recorded in different venues and the places where it's slightly fixed and slightly they're the ones that sound good. All the ones that are not touched, they always sound like shit.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it is. Sorry. I'm happy to just ignore all that and just sit with the illusion.
Yep.
But anyway, so 1999, Famous Monsters is released, I remember seeing reviews for this in magazines and thinking, that band looked cool.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing them in WCW. That's weird. And,
that was strange. Because I was into wrestling at the time.
Yeah.
And that was really odd. Because they're hench, man.
Yeah.
They are, like, you know, I think we did that. If you look at any photos of like Doyle or Jerry Only, they are butch guys.
Yeah. Yeah, we touched on that last time we spoke, and they seem to be even more ripped now than they were even then.
Yeah, man. They're fitter than I'll ever be, I'll tell you that.
So, you and me both. So, yeah, I was intrigued by the lock hair thing. I was getting into hardcore anyway at the time, and punk. I was being told, you know, AFI were just a offshot of the Misfits, which turned out to not really be true.
No.
And yeah, then I, you know, got into the Misfits through meeting you. It was, you know, you always need to meet that someone that you're not quite sure where to start or know where you're going with a band, and someone goes, "Don't worry, I have. You need this."
Yeah, here's the roadmap.
And then off the back of that, I was getting into Danzig, and just got into the whole, you know, story of it all. But this was my gateway album, as it was yours. And the countless hours we sat in your room jamming Misfits. Good times.
Oh man, so good, so fucking good.
Yeah.
He's nice, simpler days.
Simpler days, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think either of us drunk either then.
I'm always drunk.
but like you'd walk to mine, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd cross that dirty A13. Because that was a fucking...
Well, you lived in Chafford 100 at the time.
Yeah. That's right.
That flat. But yeah, I would walk. It's amazing. When I think where I used to walk,
yeah,
I think, how did I ever do that?
Yeah. Sometimes I look in the fridge and there's nothing in there, and I like the shop's like literally 3 minutes walk. Nah. So, Kong at the Gates.
Pretty much like Abominable, Mr. Phoebes. It's just, or Dr. Phoebes. It's just a nice little setup.
Mm.
And it works live as well.
Yes. That is a hype track.
Yeah. People know what's coming when they play that song. Mm. So, yeah, not much to really go on. It's just a good little setup before boom, it just explodes open.
Fucking Forbidden Zone. One of the fastest tracks, apparently.
Yeah?
Fastest track Misfits have ever done. BPM style. I think it's 240 or 280, whereas most of their stuff is recorded in 140. I remember reading that in a review, and I can feel that it is a fast track. That one. It is just ding, you know, to play guitar must be just, but it's great because it is just as fast, and it is just constant on the guitar. It's onslaught, isn't it?
Feel like a fresh song because of Michael's crooning over the top of it.
Yeah, he just guides you through it, doesn't he? His voice
he's
on
not
that.
Singing fast. He's just singing this like.
And I think that's what's really weird about that track. Like the drums are what really I remember mostly for that song. They are, you know, just so fucking intense and so fast. And as you say, Michale Graves' vocals over the top are quite methodical. They're quite slow.
You think he'd be singing like a million miles an hour along with but it's like he slows the song down.
Yeah.
This must be a really awkward song to do live.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that was, we saw Jerry Only cover it, didn't we?
Yeah.
And he sung it really fast because he upped the fucking whole song. But I think he'd done that song in like 40 seconds.
I think they must have, gone on stage like 20 minutes late, and he just went, "No, I'm going to do all the songs." And that's just running quicker.
But yeah, it was like we were playing. I was mentally playing catch up for their set list, trying to work out what they were playing. But yeah, he couldn't do a Graves version of that song at all because he wanted to do it fast. He wanted to do it snappy. Whereas the brilliance of that song was how slow vocally it was compared to the rest of the song, I think.
Oh, that was one thing I meant to tell you. Did you know they got a different singer between albums?
Say again?
They had a different singer. Michael left and came back.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'd love to know all the fucking dirt.
Right, there's a great channel called Downfall Network, and they do these videos. Below what I'm starting to do, where I'm going for a band's catalogue, but they do it 10 times better than me. And it's all edited and put together like it's a documentary. When there's one on the Misfits, I'll send you it.
Cool.
And there was another singer.
Yeah. So if you're watching this now, guys, go find that instead because it'll be better than this.
Yeah, fuck this off.
Yeah, and you won't have to look at our faces, which is probably worth the link anyway.
So going from Forbidden Zone into Lost in Space. So we've got 2 sci-fi songs off the back.
Yeah.
And this does make me picture just that us, and then that go. You know, I see some rickety, rackety, fucked up spaceship with a lot of fumes coming out of it.
Yeah.
And they're in some sort of meteor storm. This really does conjure up this like space opera going on. And, you know, talk about the intergalactic spider giving birth and stuff like that. And it's got that great atmosphere as well. With you start to shiver. So, but then again, when that chorus kicks in, am I about to get lost in space?
Yeah.
It's just fucking. It's just delightful.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. It's never fails to put me in a good mood. This album.
That album, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's not one of those albums you go, oh, I'll just dip into this track or this track. Like you can't go, oh, I want to really listen
I have to play the whole thing all the way through.
Exactly. It's such a strong album. And you've got the digipack version, so you've got a couple of extra tracks on yours as well, haven't you? You've got a variant of Helena, if I remember correctly.
Helena, we've got Devil Doll and 1,000 million years BC. Oh, good. But
yeah, so a really chunky track, lots of guitar all over the spot. This one, compared to Forbidden Zone, which was quite, I guess, procedural guitar-y. This one feels like they're really having fun and all over the gap.
So quiet. And each track just bleeds into the other. I love how this track ends as well. Just that last whoa.
Yeah.
And dun 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 dun.
Dun.
And then without even a second to spare. Do you remember when we went to see my... And what was I going to do? I went, I'm going to go get a beer, or I'm going to go to the merch, or go to the toilet. And I took 2 steps forward, and then this. I just went, no, I'm not. I just...
Fuck that. I'm happy right here. Here is where I need to be. I'm just going to turn you up a bit. Sorry, man. There we go. So Dust to Dust.
Just smooth.
I've lost you if you're still talking.
Sorry, man. You still there?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry.
I'm just saying, when that riff kicks in, it's just like it's got a thick groove to it.
Yeah.
Great drums. And then he just tells the story. I'm guessing it's something along the lines of like Frankenstein.
Yeah, I'm not sure about where this one comes from. One of the longer songs, like lyrically as well. Misfits lyrics aren't particularly extravagant, are they? It's just verse, chorus, and boom. Whereas this one, there's actually quite a lot of variance throughout the song.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something about, you know, confronting his father, his creator, and he's basically going to kill both of them. So his final words, I pulled a switch and we turned to dust. It's definitely some sort of Frankenstein. Yeah, but such a simple but such an effective song.
Yeah.
Just and you know, instantly recognizable. Once you've heard any of these songs, you'll remember them forever.
Yeah.
And again, Doyle's guitar, it's just a little licks as well.
Yeah.
During that little interlude bit where he's going, "We belong dead," just that. Ooh.
Yeah. He's so competent on this album. Yeah. So competent. The riffs he's comes up with, and it's another one of those tracks where a couple of the lyrics really kind of get stuck in my head. A brilliant demon. A monster god. That's one of those lyrics that I hear that in his voice.
Yeah.
A lot when I'm not even thinking about, like, it's just one of those lines in a song that just randomly pops into my head.
It's just fantastic. So, right, we've been talking about Dust to Dust longer than the actual song is. Yep. So move on. And then again, though, just the ringing out. It's just straight into the. It plays like a perfect live set, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. If this was the only album they released, and any time you saw these guys live, they just played this from start to finish, you would never be disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crawling Eye, great fucking track.
Again, great. Shredding riffs. Shredding verses, really, but then again, another beautiful soaring chorus. You know, the Crawling Eye, and then it just kicks into that.
Yeah.
Fucking. And then
it's so fast, and it's got all that lovely palm muting as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That really makes it feel aggressive. And this is pop aggressive, isn't it? You know, you wouldn't liken this to, I don't know, fucking Stamping Ground aggression or something like that. But it's got that real kind of fast and anger in it. And it's so strange where Graves' voice works so well. Again, it's not one that he's a million miles a moment.
He's an odd singer, really, isn't he?
Yeah. It's like it's like the music is just there. He's like, nah, I'll just, it's fine, you know. I'll just do my thing and you play some music over the top.
Yeah, it does. It's like it's two parallels that do meet, isn't it? Because the music, if you isolated one or the other, you would never think this is the vocals that he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
Over the thing. I mean, especially, you know, vocals I used to do. Or
I was going to say, you're a singer. If
I'll be hearing his music, I'll be barking over it, shouting over it, you know. And no way would I think I'll be doing these, you know, these lovely melodies. Yeah. And the way they just soar over this riffing and shredding, it's just it's just so good. And you could isolate his vocals and just put completely different music under it. And
100%. 100%.
How on earth did they write this?
Yeah. I imagine that they weren't together for writing it.
Yeah, either that or the songs were written on like acoustic guitars.
Because he does play guitar, doesn't he, Graves?
Yeah, he
so
does.
Perhaps. But yeah, another fantastically odd song for them. As you say, guitar work is all over the place, palm muting, aggressive, all over the gaff, and then you got just Graves just swanning over the top of it, like he just don't give a shit about what's happening with the guitar. He's gonna fucking own it.
Yeah, but it's not only that; it all works. It all fits.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. At no point,
it's like this shouldn't be working.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really fucking nice track, an easy track to listen to. This is probably a nice, if you want to get into the Misfits, here's an easy track to listen to that shows what they're capable of.
Yeah. But even then, I mean, what are we? 2, 4. Yeah, 1, 5. Like we're not even 10 minutes into the album, and we're already on the 6th song.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're not enthralled by that front cover and then the opening track, but yeah, like 2 minutes, boom, next song. 2 minutes, boom, next song. Like if you're not already, you're halfway through the album before you even realise where you are. So
yeah. So after that, we're on to Witch Hunt.
Nice, quick, easy one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Minute
that
and a
intro.
half. No
that intro
about.
is just nice and simple. It's fucking open chord. Da, 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 da. And you know what you're getting. This could be a Blink-182 track.
Steady.
Sorry, I know you're pro California.
Yeah.
You think Blink have only got better, right?
Yeah. But
they've matured with age.
They don't talk about wanking and boobies anymore.
But yeah, it's just a nice, easy pop punk song, isn't it? This one. Lyrically, obviously not.
Witch hunt,
yeah.
She's single, and we're coming after you. We're coming after you. Oh, next song.
Yeah. And that's it. It's just gone. It is just a nice, quick song. One of my favourites. Next.
Well, next, this is actually the first song I ever heard by the Misfits, and it was actually, I've brought this up on many a podcast, either with your pocket money or money that you'd earned some other way, or we was just getting our first Saturday jobs on the side of school and college, and going into our local mall, and not only do you have one record shop there now, you used to have about, at its peak, potentially you had 4.
Are you talking about Lakeside?
Yes.
So HMV,
Sam Goody,
Virgin, which was
our price.
Our price. Fucking hell.
And you would be surprised at what you would find in Woolworths.
Yes, Woolworths was the fucking shit, man. I loved it because it was.
It'd be the last place you'd look because it's Woolworths.
Yeah.
But in the off chance you went in there, you'd be shocked at what they did have.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of my album shopping in Woolworths.
Yeah.
There was one downstairs in Lakeside. And I think it's now like a fucking Claire's Accessories or something. That might have been our price. I may have been getting that confused.
Our price is along that line, but what I'm getting at is I used to get these videos called Drilling the Vein.
Mm.
When they were a Roadrunner. There was 4 in total. There was 1 and 2. Then ages later there was a 3, and then the last one there was a 4. And then they started bringing out DVDs, but it was under Roadrunner Road Hole or something like that. It was the name of one of their tours, but originally had Drilling the Vein, and that was a lot. That gave me a lot of education really on the Roadrunner thing. But yeah, this was on number 3, and this was actually Misfits. I've seen that album cover. I wonder what this lot sound like, and yeah, I saw the video to this next song.
Such a good video.
Directed by the legend himself, George Romero.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, imagine the pool you've got that you can go, sup, George, can you do a music video for us?
Yeah. And who better to get it done as well? So, we are talking about the song Scream.
Yeah.
A great video of a zombie outbreak in a hospital. The band are in the thing being eaten by zombies and that. But what I love is when it cuts to the band playing in the, because it's blinking and miss it. It's literally just flashes of the band, but it looks fucking awesome. But it's just like, oh, you just can't see them. But what's great is the black and white footage of the zombie, and they look great.
It's so good. It is so B movie esque, isn't it? It's done really fucking well. A really simple song. A really fun song. It's one of those songs that's quite easy to play on guitar as well. That's quite nice to play. Like if you play guitar, learn this song because it is a nice, easy one and fun to play.
I've just got the video up now and I'm just watching it.
I was gonna say, now I really want to fucking watch the video. But yes, so fucking good.
It's great watching. I'm just watching Doyle chase the nurse for the thing where he's pushed on the curtain. I just wish that this band, with the actual footage of the band playing, though, you've got the Misfits background, you've got a lot of flashing lights.
Yeah.
They're all in full makeup. Michael looks awesome. And but it's literally flashes of them playing. As soon as you get like a glimpse of them,
it's gone.
Yeah.
I'd love to see more of this lineup play live.
Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, I know. So we've got 7 perfectly paced, perfectly set out in ordered songs, and then they go and drop a ballad on us.
Fucking Saturday Night.
Yeah. That
song is so good.
It is the greatest song Cliff Richard never recorded.
Right. If Cliff or Elvis or someone like that come out with this track, you wouldn't think anything of it. Like lyrically, obviously, but like the music works so well.
I mean, you tweak the lyrics a little bit, I guess, but and just a fucking great.
It's so good. Just really electric-y as well. I can imagine this playing on a radio, like in an old movie.
Yeah, you can see the Cadillac on the cliff
overlooking
a town.
Yeah.
And it's going to strangle
her. We're at Makeout Point.
Of the driving is so lonely without
you. I know where you are home.
Yeah, it's the most demented love song. But again, it's just such infectious, good fun.
Yeah.
And it's the longest song on the album so far, if not the longest.
There is one song longer, apparently.
Descending Angel.
Which, but it threw everything else out, which is,
nothing reaches the 4-minute mark though.
No, nothing at all. As you say, even Descending Angel, which I think was a single, but so you go from Saturday Night, which is a nice little ballad, into Pumpkinhead.
Yes.
Which that intro is, it works so well following from Saturday Night because it's obviously slow.
We've got that doomy, and then Michael narrating. Now this is a story.
Yeah.
And then just kicks in.
Yeah. And then 25. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking brilliant.
So good. Like 25 seconds of just this nice leading intro just to throw you off. And then, as you say, like it just fucking kicks in. And that is Doyle to a T. This is him having fun with his guitar work.
Well, Michael kind of narrates this story as he's singing, but then again, just It's actually quite atmospheric as well, and but then it leads into a great chorus.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I think
take you
this.
to the desert. I can't
Yeah,
remember the words, but
I'm gonna take you where your body will lie.
yeah.
I'm gonna take you there, she said. Um, I'm gonna show you where your life will end.
I'm yawning like a motherfucker. Sorry, and
That's cool. It's cool. I ain't boring.
you're not boring. I'm just tired.
So
I've been
this,
up
I
since
think, is the first
wanker o'clock.
song, maybe Witch Hunt, I guess, where this. So maybe the second song where you actually hear Michael Graves up his vocal tempo.
Yeah.
You know, this is one where he's, he's not quite barking, but he's got some kind of emergency or urgency in his voice, isn't he? The way he portrays the lyrics.
But yeah, again, we're firing from all cylinders. It's just not a.
Yeah.
And then a weird song, I think. I always like. Right, we're deep into the album now. Scarecrow Man.
Yeah.
That weird.
That intro. Yeah, I love that.
How
about a little fire, Scarecrow?
Right, say what you got to say. I'm just going to go grab another beer.
Yep, awesome. I feel like I've been left in the lurch here, so I'm just going to talk a little bit more about Scarecrow Man. Oh, there we go. I was a bit worried then. I didn't know what I'd got myself into. Yeah, Scarecrow Man. It's another really fast song. Would you believe 3 minutes 11 seconds?
Again, it does what it needs to do. It goes where it's going, and
yeah. A really funky guitar riff as well. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah, it's got a bit of a rockabilly. Definitely,
yeah.
There's rockabilly bands that have taken the Misfits image and done entire albums that sound like this one song.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd expect Tiger Army would cover this quite nicely.
Yeah. Or, with Necromantics, I think Necromantics are they're a bit fast, aren't they? A bit heavy.
I tell you what, Necromantics are a funny one, and that's a band I'd like to do with you. I
think we saw them live, didn't we? But one of us was ill.
Yeah.
I think it was you.
Probably. I was always ill when I was younger. I used to just get headaches all the fucking time, didn't I?
I don't think either of us felt great that night. I remember feeling quite like I had flu or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you got the flu and went out anyway, and you were allowed to, and you weren't branded a murderer?
That's it, man.
Fuck
the NHS.
Yeah.
But I feel we've just moved from Misfits into right wing hate. Yeah, Scarecrow Man. Thinking about the track, there's no way I'd say this is one of the longest tracks on the album.
It does go on a bit, thinking of it, considering.
Yeah. Doesn't really feel like it needs to, as well. It's an odd track. I'd say it's probably one of the weakest ones on the album. It's definitely mid of the range.
Yeah, but it is a nice change. Well, I say a change of pace, but we're quite varied over the last couple of songs. So we've got like a bit of a rockabilly, groovy song.
Yeah.
We've got like a spooky, tastic, thrashy song. Before that, we had a ballad.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, we had like this catchy song with this sort of anthemic chorus.
Yeah.
Witch Hunt again was just like a quick, fast pace. But it's all sort of. I think it fits where it does in the album.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's only only really the one song of its kind was. Yeah, it's all right. I think it just could have been done being a bit shorter, but
yeah,
it's hardly a
It's not a bad track. It's probably just a weak track compared to a fantastically strong album otherwise.
Yeah. So, and then we've got like a upbeat.
Right. Can you listen to the intro of Die Monster Die and not think of Hull Celebrity Skin?
I was going to say, it's something like that, isn't it? But it's just like it's just like an upbeat rock song.
Yeah. Yeah, a nice little fun song. 2 minutes and done. There's nothing on this song that offends me, but it's nothing on this song that thinks, oh, I need to listen to Die Monster Die. It's just an easy, I'd say filler.
Killer filler.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd still be, if they did, yeah, again, in that imaginary show we went to where Michael was doing both albums in full, you'd still be on cloud nine.
Oh, 100%. This is classic Foo Fighters post fucking The Colour and the Shape.
Yeah.
What's the album after that?
There's Nothing Left to Lose.
Yeah. You know when they were releasing tracks that they were so comfortable with, but you'd probably have a real tough time trying to remember anything from that album other than.
I never listened to anything by the Foo Fighters after that album. I remember getting that album when I was at school. Fucking hell. And when that next one came out, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it was so autopilot, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I just never bothered.
Yeah, because I was late to the game with Foo Fighters. Like I knew of the first album because of Dylan, actually.
I've never heard the first album all the way through.
Really?
Never listened to it.
Oh, it's a solid album.
I like the Colour and the Shape.
Yeah, Colour and the Shape's a fucking great song.
But even then I couldn't tell you the fucking last time I listened to it.
No.
And I think, the Nothing Left to Lose was a good album for the summer.
Yeah.
Of that year that it came out. But.
Exactly. It was very lit. My Own Worst Enemy album. What was that? I can't remember. You know,
the band Lit. Yeah, what was that album called? A Place in the Sun.
A Place in the Sun. Fucking yeah, great album.
Yeah.
I guess it's like the soundtrack to a year for a lot of people. Yeah,
because that album, like that Lit album, was a good album, but I never listened to anything they did afterwards. When they come out with something else, it was just like.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
They're a weird band, Lit. I know we shouldn't be talking about this, but I will diverge slightly into it. They released a country album. So their
Why
drummer.
does everyone have to release a fucking country album in America?
So their drummer died.
Yeah.
A brain tumor, and the album after that, View from the Bottom, was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. If you know, it's just pop rock, but it's a really fucking solid album. And I was like, okay, litter back. Oh dear, spillage.
Just follow it. I want
to see you snort that.
Oh.
But yeah, and then after that, they went weird and just released a fucking country album, like proper dirty South country, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I can't remember a single track from that album. Don't know why we were talking about Lit.
We were talking about.
Oh, this is an autopilot, which is Foo Fighters.
Sounds a bit like a Foo Fighters song.
Yeah, in the fact that it's just we're comfortable.
Yeah.
This is a comfortable song. After that, Living Hell. That's a good track.
I forget Reacquainted. I'm trying to think. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. unfortunately, when we get into this part of the album,
Hmm.
the songs do kind of blend together.
Because
I'm
they
happy.
put a lot of songs out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy listening to it, but there's from sort of Forbidden Zone down to Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, and you know,
Like, they're all distinctive. They're all
yeah.
and,
Also, you know what's coming after this. So, you know, after you've done Living Hell, which is a decent track, you know, 2 minutes 55, you've got Descending Angel.
Well, no, it's all good. Nothing's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, it's not a bad track at all.
Yeah, it's just we're not quite in the. Yeah, the first half is definitely the stronger half.
Yeah. And then obviously Descending Angel, which is just fucking anthem, isn't it? It's such a good fist in the air. It's a slow creeping song. It's
got like a groove to it as well, isn't it? It's just like a dun
dun dun dun dun dun dun. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of bands covering this song in their own style and it working really well because fundamentally it's a really simple song. So you could do a lot with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good, really good chorus as well.
Yeah. We'll face the night. Yeah.
Well, say this is the underrated gem on the album, I guess.
I think so. I think everyone who knows this album knows this track, and I bet it's definitely a live favourite. I'm pretty sure Michael played it when we saw them.
I don't know. They played quite a long set, really, didn't they?
They played a huge set.
Did you get a set list, or did someone grab one and you took a photo of it? Something like that.
I think I took a photo of the set list. I've got a photo of me with Michale Graves, which makes me happy.
Yeah.
I think you did as well, right?
I didn't get a photo with him.
But he was really chatty, wasn't he? He was really nice, but we had to sit in queue for ages.
Yeah.
And I remember some guy in front of us that was dressed up like some fucking Victorian prick. Do you remember that?
No.
He had like what do you call it? Those funny fucking not a top hat, like a bowler hat, and it was like steampunk mixed with gothica.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I can imagine what he looked like. But
yeah, exactly the kind of fans that Misfits would probably have.
Well, I'm just looking here actually. Descending Angel was re-recorded and re-released as a single in 2013
with Jerry Only on vocals. That disappoints me. I bet he.
I wonder why he chose that song.
Because it's definitely not his vocal style.
Yeah.
It's a really slow song. It'd be interesting to find out how quick that was. I'm looking it up now. Very Only Descending Angel. That's live. That's no good. Okay, so it was for a Halloween 12-inch. And the video is unavailable. Amazing. Um, 4 minutes 19. Longer somehow.
God, no, I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear Jerry Only sing anyway. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I think he's just not a good vocalist. So
we are on to Them. It's another song that just kind of trudges along. It just gets me from A to B, really. It just fills a gap between.
Yeah. A quick song, a nice quick song. I think the exoskeleton armor does get stuck in my head. That's one of those nice little exoskeleton armor, exoskeleton might.
Yeah, to me, it doesn't put me off in any way. It's not a song I'm going to skip to in any way, but playing the album out in front to back, it just feels a little 2-minute gap.
Yeah.
But now, I told a little fib. Not knowingly, I didn't realise I was lying at the time, but this just jogged my memory.
Mm-hmm.
Scream wasn't the first song I heard by the Misfits.
Yep.
This song was Theme Club. And I'll tell you when I heard it. There was a punk compilation album that came with an issue of Kerrang.
Okay.
Now, you know what a thin, flimsy magazine Kerrang was?
Yeah.
It was £1.25. It was like literally as thin as you can get, really.
Fair thin.
Jam-packed full of information for the little
size,
amount it was. And it was £1.25. I won't even get your fucking Mars bar now. And that's a slight exaggeration. How much is a Mars bar?
From W.H. Smith, you're probably about right, though.
Oh, okay. So anyway, and this came with a punk compilation. Now, it had a guy with a mohawk screaming from the side view, and it even came with a cardboard cover because there was no way but it was a proper CD. It was a CD, plastic case and everything.
Yeah.
And
that's not the CD.
And it was. No, it wasn't. In fact, I had that CD for quite a long time, and it was basically a guide to punk. Yeah. And it opens with no effects, dinosaurs will die. And it was like a mixture of new punk and classic punk songs. So this was the first time I ever heard Agnostic Front.
Mm-hmm.
So then that was Crucified.
Good track. Crucified for your sins. That is such fucking Roger Merritt. Fuck, you could do an awesome Roger.
I'm from New York. I remember I've got a DVD of them live at CBGB's.
Yeah.
And the best line, Roger goes, I wrote this next song when I was locked up in prison for 2 years.
Oh, man. I can't believe Agnostic Front are still going. How amazing is that?
I've got to watch that documentary. I saw trailers for it, but it must be on YouTube or something. They've done a documentary. And I'll tell you what, I bet Roger Merritt's autobiography is good. I bet he can tell some stories.
Yeah.
And mate, I can watch videos of Vinny Stigma all fucking day.
Right. How fucking old is Vinny Stigma? Because I need to know this. Because
in fact, I'm pretty much like him already. They're bumping heat bombs in goddamn in the middle of the desert, and they expect me to recycle a can.
So Vinny Stigma is 64 years old.
All this stuff going on now. It's like scientific. But he's fucking awesome. And he's right. That's the thing. Everyone laughs at it. It's like, yeah, but what he's saying, he is right.
Yeah.
Taking a piss out of him. He's got more sense than you have.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yeah. And beer's kicking him. So anyway, I'll tell you what was on that CD as well. The song that you mentioned last week. Everybody tells me I'm close-minded.
Oh, man.
It was a good compilation. Everyone on it was good.
Yeah.
Do you know what was on it as well? The Birthday Party. Now, do you know who the Birthday Party is? That was the band Nick Cave was in before he was solo.
Who, sorry?
Nick Cave.
I don't know who that is, sorry, mate.
You must know who Nick Cave is, for fuck's sake.
The name doesn't.
Nick Cave.
I'm going to look it up because it might just be one of those weird blocks I've got in my head.
Peaky Blinders.
I haven't, so that might be why.
No, it's just one of his songs. Is the like thing.
Okay. It might be just one of those weird things where I've got a
Anyway.
little block. Yeah.
Yeah, his band was on it. Oh, Two's on it as well. Not Refused, but the band the singer did afterwards. Is it the
International Noise Conspiracy?
Yeah, I Want to Know About You.
Yeah.
Song. In fact, Two's on it as well. The Hives, before they got blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the Hives suddenly got massive for like a year?
For a really shit song as well.
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't even like an amazing song. It was yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this song because I can remember it. Hey, I got some money in my pocket and I'm gonna spend it. That one.
I don't know that track actually because I tell you what.
We're gonna die.
I never really cared for the Hives. And,
yeah, but I like that song.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm sure they've got some great tracks.
Anyway, this song was on that CD. Let's get back to the
Fiend Club.
And and I'll be honest, it wasn't the best song.
I'm going to say it's a shit song. I hate the song. I think it's boring. It's slow.
I just remember thinking, right, this is the Misfits, is it?
Yeah. So this is this fantastically influential band, and this is what they put out
on the compilation. Yeah, and all I read is because it's called Fiend Club.
But they had a special group that you could pay to join called the Fiend Club.
Yeah, it was the name of their fan club, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But, I'm gonna think though, I do like this song.
Really, I think this.
I like the atmosphere at the beginning. I love that.
The intro's nice.
And then when you hit the whoa, and just the ringing of the guitar as well, the way it just goes, it all just comes together.
Yeah.
And then just that, we don't pretend this is the end. We're not losers all the time. And yeah, I think it fits on the album. And I do like that. We are the thing.
It's a very chanty track. I imagine it works well live.
I think it works live.
Yeah, but I think as far as Misfits song goes, it's very.
No. And to be honest, I don't know. Hearing Fiend Club and hearing Scream, it was a little bit. I'm not quite sure what to make of this band.
Yeah.
Because these are two very odd songs, and they're good songs, and they work on the album, but they're not the two I would play to someone.
No, if
this album's awesome. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Please. And then Scream. You'd be going, well, like, no. As soon as I heard Forbidden Zone, Lost in Space, it was like, right, this is making sense now. And these songs do make sense whilst listening to the album, and they fit on the album. I think a lot of these people are just shit who choose some of the songs to put out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I was saying this about the last Slayer album.
Yeah.
There was like 3 songs they released before the actual album came out.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of them. I was like, this is going to be The album finally comes out, and those songs in the sequence of where they are on the album, they make sense and they fit. And it's like, no, they're all right now. I don't mind the songs. But why the fuck did they use them songs as the singles? There's plenty of others that could have been used. And who chooses songs to go on compilations or to be released as singles? They always seem to pick the wrong ones every time.
Yeah. I'll agree. That is not here's a good track to show you who the Misfits are.
Yeah.
Hunting Humans. Thoughts on that one?
Much really.
It's a very generic track, isn't it?
Yeah. Again.
Because you know what's coming next.
It's not long enough. Yeah, the thing is, it's not particularly great, but it's not really there long enough to be bad. And that's the thing with this song, with this album, is that even the weak songs, they're still all right.
Yeah, they're over before you care.
And and if you're not really that into it, don't worry, because by the time you stand up and walk over to press skip, it'll be over anyway. So don't worry about it.
You might as well just leave it on.
Yeah.
But
obviously, next we have
the highlight.
I'm a little bit gutted, to be honest, Percy, because I'm enjoying talking to you, but we have reached the end of the album, more or less.
Yeah.
But we finished with a masterpiece.
Fuck, is this track good?
Fucking amazing. And do you remember we found them doing it live on some television show?
Yes.
It was in the studio, wasn't it? And Michael just looked cool. He had that thingy shirt on, like that netted shirt. He was done with a thing. His hair was black this time.
Yeah.
All in his face.
Oh.
Yeah, just dun, dun.
That was pre-Google as well. Think about that. We were looking up Misfits videos on the internet pre-Google.
Yeah. What were we looking up on? Was that YouTube? Must have been YouTube.
No, man. Couldn't have been. It was fucking Real Media. Do you remember that?
No.
.rm videos. I had to download them. You couldn't just fucking stream back then, mate. It was like you'd download videos. But this fucking track, so good. Really fun.
Yeah.
That slow intro.
Yeah. And when it's just those E's. It's just dun, 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 and then with the drums, it's just
bam,
bam, bam, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. It makes
just if I cut off your arms and I cut off your legs, would you still love me anyway? And you can't help but sing it because the melody just fits. And then just with the backing vocals, why don't you love me anyway? And then out of so we got this cool fucking song. Why don't you love me anyway? Fucking awesome.
How did they do that? Like how did they do that while they were working out how the song would work? You know, it's like one of them's got this like, I've got an idea. I'm going to play something that's almost like the beginning's got a what was the Green Day song that they released for fucking Godzilla? Brain Stew. You not know Green Day Brain Stew?
All I know of Green Day is the Dookie album. Do you remember when Billy what's his fucking name?
I don't know.
Do you remember when he was this fat guy with messed up hair?
Yeah.
And then he just disappeared for a little while. I remember like that album came out with Minority on it.
I tell you what.
And then it was just like, yeah, that's Green Day. They were good 10 years ago, I suppose. Yeah, whatever. And then they went away. And then they came back and he was just like this goth heartthrob. All my sister's mates fancied him. I was like, she's like, oh yeah, Haley fancies the singer from Green Day. Like, the fuck? He's an old, like, what, him?
Minority.
What's that song called?
American Idiot.
No, the other one. Yeah, that was then at the time, and Wake Me Up when
December fucking ends.
What was the When I Come Around? You know, like, let's type that bit. How is that guy? That guy.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
But
anyway.
Helena has a very Brain Stewy intro feel to it. So Brain Stew, it's a great track. Definitely listen to Brain Stew by Green Day. It's fun song. But fuck me, is Helena a great track. Everything about it, and as you said, like the way it just kicks in from this kind of, if I cut off your arms and cut off your legs, and you got that slow crawling sound, just, and
it just descends into madness.
Yeah, Doyle does what he does best.
Mm.
So you've got that thrashy bit, and then you've got the picking, and that picking, man, feels so good.
But then again, he still sings that great chorus, and it caught up in the night. Everything's everywhere. She will be my bride. And then that
spine.
And then and then that riff kicks in, that and then it just goes, it just screams over it. It sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah. But like, as great as this track is, could you, like, would this be the track that you say, oh, this is the Misfits too?
It's no. You I wouldn't introduce someone with this song.
No.
This is for the fully fledged.
Yeah.
This, and where they've put it at the end of the album, it's like, no, this is your prize.
Yeah.
You know, you've made it.
You've sat through 7 minutes. Now you can have this.
But again, it just and then just and then the song bridge comes back around, but it's slower.
Yeah.
Just
that 80s drum beat.
Yeah, and it fucking comes back round again.
So good.
Yeah.
If I cut off your arms and cut off your legs.
Yeah. Fucking
so good.
And then we get, so at the beginning we have Kong at the gates, and then we have Kong Unleashed, which is again just 40 seconds, and it's just
a goodbye. A nice goodbye.
They're just, it's just a nice little bookend. Boom. Yeah. So open and close the album.
Yeah.
No harm done.
A really good fucking track by Helena, and then, as you say, 46 seconds of outro, and then boom, you're done.
Yeah. And you, on not this particular edition, you got a couple of bonus tracks. Devil Doll and
Devil Doll's a good track.
Thousand years BC. Pretty cool songs. Nothing, get it if you can get hold of it, but don't drive yourself mad. And most notably, you got Helena 2, which starts off like it's a demo.
Yeah.
You have to turn it up, and then you turn it up.
Yes.
But then it just kicks in again, and it ends up blowing
your ears up. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's exactly the same. It's just they fuck with you, basically. But it's good fun.
Yeah.
Showing your mates.
Definitely.
So. And there we have it. Misfits, Famous Monsters. So, what is your summing up?
10 out of 10.
Fucking.
I think it's one of the most solid albums ever put together.
I remember reading this in Metal Hammer, and Danny Filth from Craigler Filth was doing guest reviews. Like, what do you think of this? What do you think of it? And he comes to this, and he gave it 11 out of 10. He says, I'm going to be singing along to this album in my grave.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely right. So, yeah, it's one of my favourite albums. It's just entrenched in me now. It's in my DNA. I will always love this album. Not only is it just great, fun, infectious songs, it just brings back a great time in my life as well. And I'll forever love this album. And if it wasn't for the fucking Kung Flu, we would have seen Michale Graves doing the album in full, doing both these great albums.
That's gonna hurt for a long time.
Yeah, and it's like a curse. It's just we're just never gonna put it to bed. We're just never gonna get to see the Misfits in the way we found them.
Yeah, the way we need to see them.
Yeah, but never mind. We still have the music. The bastards can't take that off us.
Yeah, the music and the memories. That's the important thing, man.
Yeah. And it's been great. This is long overdue. We've wanted to do this for a long time, but I'm glad I've wanted to do this even on the podcast with Gully and Joe. We never got round to it, but I'm glad I finally got to cover this great overlooked era of a great band. And I'm glad I finally got to do it with you, my friend. So
thank you. I've had a fantastic time with this. I've drunk all my drink. I pretend to drink.
So yeah, if you made it to the end of this, thanks for watching, everyone. If you could just click a like, click a subscribe, and share if you liked it. If you're a fan of the Misfits, I hope you enjoyed this as well. Maybe we'll cover the Danzig era at some point. Percy's going to be coming back on the show, and we're going to be covering other stuff in the future. And yeah, check out Metalcast as well. I'll put a link in the description. It was me and Trey from Total Metal Rejection guested, and we reviewed Cytotoxin's latest album. That was a really good talk as well, and I'll put a link in the description. And I'll see you Friday for Maidencast. And I've got a few bits coming up over the weekend as well. I've got a couple of album reviews and a Let's Talk About episode to do. So thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. See you all soon.
Thanks, guys. Bye.